want to show you now a few tables which, as you will see yourself, are the strongest proof of the validity of Bible code and exactly what they are, which means their connection to the location where they are found, the connection to Kabbalah, and clear meanings of scripts, of letters. This is really the best proof that can be. It's based on finding of Russian scientists, friend of Professor Rips and Dr. Rothenberg. Unbelievable. But again, this Bible code, people think that it's a game, nothing to do with Kabbalah and so on. But you know what great people said, like the great rabbis, this is clear proof of Torah from heaven. So the ideas which I got to bring you is mainly in my book in Hebrew, but also some of them on the book Torah course, A Glimpse into the Infinite, which we did with Professor Robert Haralik and Professor Rips and myself. But what the tables are is really for a book in Hebrew, which is also called Sketch Samla Choshech, End to Darkness. And you can see on top is my name and Professor Rips and Haralik. And these are amazing findings of letters on Kabbalah, repentance, and redemption. In fact, this is what you're going to see. So as I said, to appreciate these tables, people have to think, to contemplate, to go into it, and to know a little bit of Kabbalah. Then people, Jewish people, who know Hebrew and so on, Gematria, but also today a lot of the internet, Kabbalah and so on, everything you have in internet. But I explain to you exactly how those tables are connected with Kabbalah and what is the connection. And then if people have patience, unfortunately, Russian people were taught to learn, and this is why they come out with a real result of this. But, the mind today is full of other things, politics and so on. No. Okay. I will try to do what can I do to explain to you. If one or two will accept it, will be nice. If not, okay, the time will come. Okay, the first thing I bring you Gematria. I know people like Gematria. So the Gematria that you have here in Hebrew is Simcha, Geolah, Veshalom. Basically, the tables will have this subject. So Simcha is joy, Geolah, redemption, and peace. And peace is everything. Our Rebbe said us, if you know peace is all the blessing doesn't worth anything. Now, what is the Gematria? So the Gematria means without the verse. Come to 355, and with the word, I want to explain to you exactly what are the Gematria here. So 376 is Shalom. But you have the Vav, connecting Vav, which is 6. So you have 6 plus 33, and so you have Geulah, 45, and 35, and you have 3 words. This is a very important principle in Gematria. If you saw my book about Gematria, almost 200 pages, length into the Gematria. But, so the Gematria of peace, redemption, and exactly what you see written here, Simcha, joy, Geolah, redemption, and peace, 783, which is exactly this year, 2023, but the same Gematria of Sod Shuvah. Simple Sod means the secret of repentance, but Sod is also the basis, yes, Sod, right? Because repentance, proper repentance, brings us to redemption. This is what we said many times, that this is a time after sabbatical that's very, very easy to get redemption, because it's not necessary to do all the conditions for repentance. Very difficult to do, but this time it is written that repentance, if you just will keep one Shabbos, is good enough. This is what is written, some say, this Sabbath. So, this is really the Gematria, which have to do with the tables we speak about it. Now please try to follow properly each table, and I'll explain to you what you see here. So we start with this table, and this table was found by Dr. Lev Schwarzman, the Russian scientist like Professor Riv Seralike. So he found it. Now, what he found it? Not so many verses. So you have here At Teshuvah, the repentance. Then he found verses in the Torah which tell us the process of redemption. Our Jews will start repenting, not in the beginning keeping everything. The beginning, Vashevot Levavcha. They will try to think with the heart, to think what is going on. We have still maybe God. Then, second stage, Veshavta ad Hashem. Then we start returning more in this. Then the return, Shavu Banai, my children will return, and Ve'ata tashuv, and you will return. It means that the last stage is when Jews with their own initiative. It means they will, without troubles and so on, they will realize there is a God and they are depending on God. So this is Ve'ata tashuv. You see, amazing. You have basically repetition about return, but there is return, when only you do a little bit and more. But the last stage, Shavu Banai, my children will return, will be when they do their own initiative, right? Okay. So, the location of repentance is amazing. Yeah? And this is also the minimal we see just now. So, number one. Then, all what you see here, as you see just now, appears in one book, A. A is the 5th book, Deuteronomy, and mainly in one chapter 30, a little bit of the previous one. So it means very small area in one book. This is also give importance to the table beside the location. Now I want to show you what are the skip of letters. So this is what Professor Rips did. Normally Professor Rips writes down exactly the skip. So this is the Hebrew word At Teshuvah. As you saw on top of Teshuvah, it appears every 52 letters. It means for letter to letter, 52 letters. Right? Then you have here the letter Mem 1 Hey. Mem is minimal, the first minimal in the book of Deuteronomy. It means that in all Deuteronomy you have skips which bring you Teshuvah, but at Teshuvah only here, it means minimal, not less than 52. So what is 52? What is 52? So definitely, those who know a little bit of Kabbalah don't know to do a lot, but 52 is the numerical value of the full God name which represent to the word of action. There are 4 words, there are 4 emanations, there are a word of creation, of formation, and action. These are 4 words parallel to the 4 elements, to the 4 letters of God. Okay, definitely much behind this. But the name of God in Hebrew, there are really 4 letters, Yud, A, Vav, K, but every letter can be written in a different way, like Hey. You can write with Aleph, then you have Gematria 6, A5, something. You can write A with A, Gematria 5, 10, A, 10. You can write A with A, Yud, 15. It means 15 can be written in different ways, right? If it's a full way, that's to do with the word of emanation, if it is a middle, creation, formation. Now, if you take the letter of God, Yud, K, Vav, K, and you write them fully, but Yud, Vav, Daled, 20, Vav, Vav, it means the letter Vav, you write twice. This full Vav, when you write full letter Vav, when you write the letter Vav full, is Vav, right? 12. Then, when you write A, 10, right? Then A again, also 10. So it will bring you to 52. Because Yud Vav Daled 20, right? Yud, the first letter. The second letter, AA, 10. So you have 30, right? Then Vav Vav, 12, 42. And AA, 10, 52. So 52 is a number of God of this world, which is called the word of creation, Olam Asiyah. In practically seeing happenings in this world have to do normally with this. You have here Atshuvah, repentance, every 52, telling you that this repentance had a direct influence, or as you call it, you see, a clear influence on this world, and this is exactly why Atshuvah appears here in 52, 50 in this world, telling you, by repentance, you bring a rectification to this world, right? This is what Tshuva should be. Its main thing should be in this world, and this is Shavu Banai. When Jewish people return, came to the Shabbat and everything, then you will have definitely perfection and everything. Okay, this is really what you see here. So, Shavu Banai, my children will return, Tashuv, they will return, and then, definitely, this world of action will be rectified. Then, what is the skip of these letters? In 52 is a skip of Atshuvah, of repentance, because you can see there is a line in between, right? So basically, from letter to letter is 26. How much is double 26? 52. So in this table, the repentance appears every 52 letters, because this line, but Shavu Banai, returning of my children, is 26. What is 26? God name, Yud Kevavke, exactly what we spoke about. Amazing. So you have here 26, the simple Gematria of God, and here you have the full Gematria of God, right? And all appears in one chapter, a little bit in the book Deuteronomy, which is according to the Vilna Gaon, according to our millennia. Then 26. So this is what Professor Rips wrote. This sentence, my children returned, this is repeats, it comes every 26, God name, minimal, the first minimal, in the book of Deuteronomy. Right? So you have this minimal in the book, definitely you have this one. And the location is exactly story that in end of days, Jews will return and slowly will keep all the Torah. Unfortunately, it takes time. But something will bring Jews to repeat and to keep the Torah. And you have all this really, you have all this in my book in English with Professor Rips and with Professor Aralik. We wrote all these stories, right? Then, okay. So this is the table, and this are all the tables here. And this is normally what I am doing. I put all the tables. And then this is an amazing program, and then we put them together. You can see one by one. Okay. So now we going into basically the part of the table that you saw, right? Shavu Banai, you see here. My children came back, returned to Israel, to their land. Then you have, what Dr. Leib took, he took this last piece and concentrated on it. It means he concentrated, written Ben Shavu Banai, my children return, by Ashevot Alevavcha, after thinking, put in the heart what is going on, Veshavta Hashem Elokecha, then they return, Veshamat, and they obey his commandments, right? Now, what is the Gematria here? So, Banai Shavu, my children returned, is minimal in Deuteronomy, right? Minimal. 186, what is this number? I'm sure that You don't know? Maybe yes, but if somebody knows a little bit of Kabbalah, maybe somebody who knows a little Kabbalah, 186 simple means Gematria of Makom. This is the description of God, a Makom Yenachem, a Makom. God is everywhere. In Gematria, 186 is Yud Ke Vav Ke, the 4 letters multiplying in themselves. Like Yud is 10, 10 times 10, 100. A is 5, 5 times 5, 25. Vav, 6, 6 times 6, 36. A, 25. Together, 186. So 186 is also the name of God, which is behind what you see here, right? God is everywhere, Makom, and this. Okay, right? Also, you see how much you have to know Kabbalah in order to understand, appreciate what you have here. Don't speak there much more, the connection. So, this is the part Dr. Schwarzman concentrated. Then, another interesting table. This is a thing that I did with Professor Rips together, yeah? With Professor Rips. And here, at Shuvah, like we saw before, 52 is the name of word, right? But what I found, this is, Asimcha, the happiness, come together. To be happy, to have joyful life, you need to do Shiva, Hate Shuvah, which is minimal numbers, which we saw. And Asimcha, yeah, also 52 letters, God name. Amazing. And then, yeah, this is the most interesting. You have Mashiach here, minimal. Mashiach, which is also basically the word Yishama. So Shuvah here, you see what Professor Rip says. Shuvah is every 52, the word of action, minimal. Asimcha, also 52. Mashiach, first minimal in the whole Torah. It means you have Mashiach letter after letter, but in skips, the word Mashiach is minimal in the whole Torah. So as I said, you don't need statistics, only you need common sense and to understand. Best meeting of Tshuva with Messiah, with happiness and joy. But you can speak so much about the location of this word, what the Torah speaks about, really unbelievable, about Pesach, about all these wonderful festivals we have, yeah, all mentioned here, the offerings. Yeah, this is really the time of real happiness, Pesach, Sukkot. This is time and joy. And this is what you have here. We have the Sukkot here, you have Pesach, all the wonderful festivals. So, as I said, I don't know if people at all have the patience to look what I told you now. But this is also unbelievable finding which I found. Unbelievable. This is the minimal in the Torah. You can see clearly. Yeah? Ha-teshuvah. Every 5 letters they word that repentance minimal in the whole Torah. It means the whole Torah you don't have letter skip of the word ha-teshuvah, repentance, less than 5. But here is not simple at all. Because where is the location of this repentance? So, if somebody knows Hebrew, is fine. If not, look at the translation in the Veshalach, Exodus. So it's written here the following. Yeah, again, we have to do the list. You jump a little bit. Maybe the setting is not so happy with. Okay, but let us see now exactly what is going on. So, this table that you saw just now is minimal in the Torah of the word Teshuvah. Teshuvah, minimal in the whole Torah, word Shuvah. Here, as you can see, in the location is interesting. Exactly is written here the Jews. You know the story, ran out of Egypt, and the Mitzrim, the Egyptian, chased them, and then when Jews saw the Egyptian coming near, so Uparo Ikri, when Pharaoh came near, Vayisu Bnei Israel lifted up their eyes, and beyond Egyptian behind, they were very afraid, very frightened. Vayitzaku, they shouted to God, they said to Moses, why you took me out? Yeah, this is really. So he written Paro Ikri exactly in the right location, because did Tshuva, and amazing, anybody who knows, again, people who knows Hebrew, immediately will understand because it's not proper Hebrew. It's written, Uparo ikriv. Paro ikriv, it means Pharaoh brought something, korbanos, להקריב, because things to come out, yeah? Ikriv, you are causing things to come near, but it was not, he himself came. So our rabbis tell us in the Midrash, and also in the Zohar, that Ikriv, he brought near the heart of Jews to their Creator, to God. Unbelievable. Ufaro Ikriv. And this is exactly the interpretation of the word Shuvah, repentance. Right? Unbelievable, yeah? So minimal in the Torah. Secondly, the right location exactly when Jews really did Shuvah. And this is what Torah says. Even the number 5, the Shuvah is also has meaning. Five parts of the Neshama, and Shuvah is Tashuv returning of the 5 from the Neshama. It means that I can give you a whole lecture on what you see and what are the causes, but people don't have patience for this, to see basketball. Okay, but as I said, this is one of the strongest tables which exactly shows you what is Bible code. Yeah, Bible code is part of the Torah, part of the story, the blueprint of creation. Yeah, 800 years ago, Rabbeinu Bachya in the book, if you have Genesis, the explanation of Rabbeinu Bachya, he said that the birth of the moon. We did not need to go around the moon like today, NASA, but we already knew very, very long ago exactly when is the exactly second of the birth of the moon. Our Bible code, every 42 letters from the Bet of Bereshit, Genesis. Exactly. So, as I said, very important and significant tables. Very significant. And really, this is what I show you, that the Bible code is not only like a game, put it here. Bible code has meaning, like we did. This Professor Aralik, in his site, Torah code. Everything has to do with the story. I wrote the whole book, also Professor Aralik brought part of it. How the story of the Twin Towers really is in Torah, through the Bible code, because the Bible code exactly shows how the Twin Towers, all what happens there, is really part of the story of eating the rock. Okay, but this is Bible code. They are part of the Torah, part of the story, part of Kabbalah. And without this, definitely people will not appreciate it. So, very interesting and significant tables, as I said, hoping that people will look into it. If not, no. Another time. But it's unbelievable, as you could see, minimal, which is very important for this. You could see meaning of skips. You can see locations. Okay, so people like those Russian, Michelson, Dr. Rothenberg, Dr. Schwarzman, keeping Mamish Orthodox Jews, everything. They keep everything, Shabbos and everything. Why? Because you see clearly the Torah is true, Torah is from heaven. So, this is what I did. As I said, hoping that some people will look at it. Okay, very important week comes now. In Israel, the Day of Jerusalem, the beginning of the 6th Day War. Not simple at all. So, let us have a good time. We are very near to the time of Shavuot, acceptance of the Torah. I have very, very significant tables about Shavuot, accepting the Torah, which I did with Professor Aralik. Very highly significant.